You wake up at 3 a.m. The room is suffocating in darkness, the weight of your financial reality pressing down like an iron shroud. You glance at the clock, and with each passing second, the dread builds inside you. Tension knots your stomach. You're consumed by thoughts racing through your mind. Bills left unpaid, credit card balances creeping higher, and the relentless cycle of anxiety tightening its grip. Breathing heavily, you toss and turn, praying for sleep that seems to elude you. A deceptive specter haunting the fringes of your consciousness. Suddenly, your phone buzzes on the nightstand, a jarring reminder in the stillness. You reach for it, heart pounding, only to cringe as the notification reveals a dreaded message from your bank. Transaction declined. The words echo in your brain, morphing into a chorus of humiliation. You can almost feel the judgment of the cashier, the disdain in their eyes piercing through your soul. You picture their look of pity, their silent assessment. Look at this mess of a person. Can't even afford a single purchase. Shame washes over you like a sudden wave crashing against the shore. You thought you could handle it, but now, the tidal forces of debt and desperation have crashed down upon you. You feel trapped like a prisoner in your own life, enslaved to the insatiable appetite of consumer culture and an ever-growing list of obligations. And for what? To impress people you hardly know, or worse, don't even like? You scream internally, "This can't be my life." Yet here you are. In the morning light, as the world stirs awake, you will put on a brave face. You will don the mask of normalcy and pretend everything is fine. But deep down, you know the truth. You shuffle through life, feeling an invisible burden weighing you down. The stress is relentless, creeping into your thoughts, shrouding your day with a fog of anxiety. Your friends post their vacations and new cars on social media, and you feel it, a twinge in your gut, an echo of self-doubt and disgust. Why can't I have that too? You wonder, as if it would complete your existence. And that's where most people get it wrong. They chase after fleeting moments of joy, oblivious to the fact that each indulgence only tightens the noose of financial despair around their necks. The cycle of borrowing, spending, and regretting continues, and with it, the silent scream of enough becomes a faint whisper drowned out by the barrage of wants and needs. When was the last time you felt truly free? Not in a moment of blissful distraction, but in the knowledge that your financial foundations were solid, your dignity intact. It's a heavy price to pay for a fleeting high, a moment of ecstasy overshadowed by the crushing reality of what comes next. The gnawing fear of the unknown looms larger with each passing day. Will I have enough for retirement? How will I afford my child's education? What happens if I lose my job? All these questions play like a broken record, deepening your insomnia. The truth is, many people reach their 50s carrying the weight of money habits that should have been discarded long ago. They wear the scars of past decisions and neglect, each one a marker on the map of their financial decline. You are not alone in this nightmare. This anxiety respects no borders, no walls, no age limits. It seeps into every corner of your life, so pervasive it feels like an unwanted guest who refuses to leave. But there's hope. What if I told you there's a way to break free from this cycle of shame? That the very habits holding you back could be discarded like an old weight, allowing you to rise from the depths of despair? What if the solution is already within your reach, just waiting for the right moment to be grasped? If you identified with this, if you recognize the underlying sorrow and longing for a life of dignity, then subscribe. Join a community of like-minded individuals who are ready to reclaim their lives, to recover what was lost in the chaos of a consumer-driven world. Together, we will uncover the money habits that must be broken immediately, before you turn 50, before the weight of shame strangles your future. It's time to recognize the nightmare. It's time to summon the courage to face it head-on. And when you do, you will find that the path to redemption is filled with powerful choices waiting to be made. You can break free from the chains of your financial past, but only if you choose to take the first step. The road ahead will be challenging and it will require dedication and resilience. But remember, every journey begins with a single step, and that step is full of promise. Warren Buffett, the name elicits images of sprawling fortunes and mind-boggling wealth. But peel back the layers of the stock market wizardry, and you find a man whose greatest lessons are deeply rooted in simplicity. Here is a man who, while the world chases after quick riches and glossy lifestyles, stands firm with a steadfast simplicity, advocating a return to the basics of financial dignity. Remember the tales of your grandparents? Those folks who managed to build entire lives with modest means? Buffett embodies that spirit. He's the grandfather saver for a reason, imparting wisdom that feels almost timeless amid the chaos of today's financial landscape. But what he said about debt changed everything. In a world captivated by the allure of easy credit and the fantasy of instant gratification, Buffett whispers a truth that many have overlooked. Debt is a double-edged sword, and if wielded carelessly, it can lead to your financial ruin. He often reflects on a fundamental principle, one that rocks the very foundations of our consumer-driven existence: living within your means. In a society that equates status with spending, this perspective is revolutionary. Imagine for a moment the early mornings in Buffett's life. In contrast to your sleepless nights fraught with anxiety over mounting bills and looming deadlines, Buffett wakes up with not a hint of financial dread. He knows what many fail to grasp. Every dollar you spend is a vote cast for a lifestyle you may not want. You might think, I work hard. I deserve to treat myself. But what if that very treat pulls you deeper into the quagmire of financial despair? As your friends display their extravagant vacations and the newest gadgets online, you are left feeling like an outsider, riddled with envy. And that's where most people get it wrong. They see debt as a harmless bridge to access the good life, but they fail to recognize it as a force that enslaves them. Buffett's advice resonates with an unsettling clarity. Avoid debt like the plague. But embracing this truth requires a shift, a mental pivot that challenges the prevailing mindset in our society. Have you taken an honest look at your financial choices lately? The stark contrast between your current chaos and Buffett's peaceful patience offers a stark awakening. While you struggle to keep up with monthly payments, wrestling with feelings of inadequacy, Buffett has built his fortune slowly, relying on principles of frugality, discipline, and the compound interest effect. He exemplifies a belief in patience, which many overlook in their rush for immediate rewards. For Buffett, wealth is not an overnight success. It's a steady climb, one based on the quiet accumulation of smart choices. What would it look like if you could adopt just one of Buffett's key philosophies? Imagine replacing the immediate satisfaction of a new purchase with the robust joy of delayed gratification. But that doesn't mean abandoning enjoyment entirely. It means reevaluating your relationship with money. It's about training your mind to prioritize freedom over fleeting pleasures. But how can you bridge that gap from financial chaos to wisdom? First, detach yourself from the consumption culture that states you must always be purchasing something to feel fulfilled. The relentless pursuit of material possessions drags you further into a pit of shame and regret, while living simply brings a sense of freedom that is hard to quantify yet deeply satisfying. Buffett embodies the idea that it's not about how much you have, but how you manage what you do have. His frugality is a lesson often missed by those striving for more money, more stuff. Every moment spent trapped in the cycle of spend, repent, repeat takes a toll, stripping away layers of dignity until you barely recognize yourself. When was the last time you felt proud of your financial decisions? Let that mirror of clarity reflect back. Don't just take my word for it. The secret that follows could save your financial future. Consider every purchase carefully. Ask yourself, am I investing in my future or just placating an urge that will fade? In doing so, you will find your answers that echo Buffett's words. Strive for independence and self-control over fleeting desires. Developing patience requires breaking free from the shackles of external validation. The relentless buzz of social media, with curated images of seemingly perfect lives, clouds your vision, leading you to bolster debt in a desperate attempt to keep pace. But here's the punch of reality. While you lose sleep over a growing credit card debt, Buffett sleeps soundly, knowing his choices align with the enduring principles he lives by. Every day you are writing your financial story, Buffett emphasizes, and this narrative can shift dramatically if you decide to relinquish those destructive habits. Reflecting on the past decisions that have led you here, consciously choose which narrative you want to tell moving forward. Would you prefer a story filled with fear and uncertainty, or one steeped in resilience and financial freedom? In your quest for financial dignity, remember that it is never too late to start anew. The burden of your current situation is heavy, but learning to manage your finances like Warren Buffett, simple, patient, and wise, offers a path out of the chaos. There's a sense of calm that comes with making decisions rooted in clarity, away from the clamor of debt and discontent. Let Warren Buffett's voice resonate in your mind. Living a life of freedom over slavery to debt is one of the most powerful choices you can make. It's not just about wealth accumulation, it's about respect for yourself and your choices. As you learn to navigate away from temptations and break those destructive habits, the compass of your financial future will begin to point toward dignity instead of despair. The question is, are you ready to embrace the wisdom of a grandfather saver and rewrite your financial narrative? You've already begun by taking a deeper look at your habits. Now let's dig deeper as we explore the critical money habits you must break immediately before you turn 50 and begin your journey toward reclaiming your financial freedom. The crushing reality is that many people reaching their 40s and 50s are not just wrestling with financial woes. They are sinking under the weight of crippling habits that have, over time, transformed their lives from vibrant hopes to mere existing. The math of debt is unrelenting and likely torturous. If you're thoughtful enough to reflect, you will discover that for far too long, you've been playing a losing game of financial Jenga. Each piece pulled away makes the whole structure less stable, weakening your foundation of security, confidence, and hope. Consider this. You might have a credit card balance that represents more than just purchases. It's a monstrous beast you've allowed to grow, fueled by late-night indulgences, impulse buys, and the haze of wanting to project an image of success. For every dollar you put on that card, a hidden cost emerges, an interest that compounds almost with the speed of your panic when the bills arrive. Are you familiar with the feeling? One moment you're jubilantly swiping for a new gadget, and the next you're choking back dread as the statement hits your mailbox. The truth is, you are failing because you are trapped in a vicious cycle, where monthly payments have become the norm rather than the exception. The Hunger Games of your finances. Just when you think you've got control, you find yourself backsliding into the abyss. And that's where most people get it wrong. You think, it's just a bit of debt, I can handle it. But then the unexpected happens. Your car breaks down, and suddenly your planned monthly payment now comes from borrowed money to cover the repairs. This is the reality of lifestyle creep, a gradual transformation where you unknowingly begin to live beyond your means, stretching your finances thinner until it's only a matter of time before they snap. Let's confront the hard truth. No one is coming to save you. That weighs heavily, doesn't it? The fantasy of a windfall, an inheritance, or a heroic act of charity will not materialize to rescue you from the jaws of financial despair. You are left with the cold, hard fact that the battle against your debt will depend solely on your resolve and willingness to change. And the disappointment is that so many keep waiting for that moment when someone else will intervene. This perpetuates a cycle of shame, anxiety, and hopelessness. But instead of sitting idly by, it's time to gather some spine and acknowledge the unvarnished truth. Your financial future is a reflection of your current habits, and you must be the one to take the reins. The social status trap weaves insidiously through your life. It blinds you to what's truly essential and leads you into spending you cannot afford. You find yourself comparing your life to others. A friend's new car here, a colleague's lavish vacation there. Your social media feeds are a gallery of unattainable lifestyles, mocking your financial constraints like a cruel joke. Each heart-wrenching scroll through their highlights breeds envy and discontent, pulling you deeper into a pit of consumerism. But have you ever stopped to compute the cost of adhering to this social pressure? Your need to appear prosperous in a world dictated by filtered images is the very hand that chokes you. Each dollar spent to, ostensibly, elevate your status gradually chisels away at your future freedom. The true irony? Behind the facade of shiny toys and indulgences, many are struggling just like you, shackled by the very same debts and desires disguised as status. Let's peel back this facade. Let's face the hard facts. The math of debt doesn't simply exist in a vacuum. With an average credit card interest rate hovering around 16%, if you're carrying even a modest balance from month to month, you could be paying hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars in interest each year. Your debts aren't just numbers. They are shackles that will not disappear on their own. We often trick ourselves into thinking, next year will be better, I'll start saving then. But do you realize that your financial behaviors do not magically transform with time? You must confront every impulse, itch, and urge before they become a heavy financial burden that feels almost impossible to lift. The reality is, the longer you wait, the larger your debt becomes, creating a compounding effect that would terrify even the most optimistic individual. And that's where most people get it wrong. They think they're merely having fun, or deserve to treat themselves while spiraling down the financial drain with every transaction. What you fail to see is that every moment of indulgence inches you further down the slope of financial insecurity. The sums may seem trivial now, but they build into a figure that could have paid for opportunities or security in your later years. This anxiety respects no borders. It sees no boundaries. It doesn't discriminate between those earning mid-level wages or millions. This suffocating stress can envelop anyone, anywhere. Write in the comments where you're watching from. Let's connect the dots, for it's vital to recognize that you aren't alone. Humanity shares this cognitive ceaselessness, this worry, pain, and real suffering when it comes to money. You need to grasp that breaking away from this cycle of debt involves confronting your vulnerabilities and making choices that liberate rather than enslave you. Are you ready to rise from this labyrinth of consumption and denial? Are you prepared to take ownership of your financial life? Otherwise, the prospect of a future filled with regret, shame spiraling into hopelessness, will only grow more pronounced. In taking personal responsibility, you begin a heavy but liberating journey. A journey that can lead to a financial renaissance, where dignity replaces fear, pride takes the place of shame, and you wrestle control from the clutches of debt and societal expectations. This is your call to action. Break the habits that have haunted your financial well-being. Dispose of the shackles of lifestyle creep, debt, and the relentless comparison to others. The choice is yours, and the time is now. It's time to reclaim your future before it's too late. Let's cut to the chase. If you're ready to break free from the chains of financial despair before you hit that pivotal age of 50, it's time to adopt a new battle plan. These are not simple tweaks to your daily routine. These are necessary lifestyle changes, monumental shifts that will determine whether you sink further into financial chaos or rise to a place of dignity and security. I'm here to guide you through 4 non-negotiable pillars that will take courage and commitment to implement. Remember, this is your life we're talking about. The stakes are unbearably high. Each of these pillars challenges you to confront the painful truths about your current money habits. It's time to embrace tough love. After all, no one is coming to save you but yourself. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. Pillar 1. The Dignity Fund, your safety net. First and foremost, we must establish what I call the Dignity Fund. This isn't just a savings account. It's your lifeline, your fortress against the unexpected storms of life. But here's the catch. Building this fund means that some sacrifices have to be made right now. How do you start? I want you to set a concrete goal. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. Break it down. If you know your monthly expenses total $3,000, your target is a chilling $9,000 to $18,000 in your Dignity Fund. I can feel the panic rising. How will you ever get there? Well, here's the hard truth. To build that cushion, you must make painful cuts to your budget. Analyze every expense as if it were an interrogation. Evaluate its necessity in your life. Do you really need that gym membership when there are beautiful parks nearby? Could you sell that rarely used extra car? It's a jarring reality check, but perspective is vital. Action. Step. Designate a separate account for your Dignity Fund, preferably one that's hard to access for everyday spending. Set up an automatic transfer of an achievable amount each month. Maybe it's $100 or $500, whatever it is, make this non-negotiable. Every deposit into this fund will be a stinging reminder that you are one step closer to reclaiming your financial dignity. When a financial emergency arrives, and it will, you will thank yourself for every agonizing dollar saved. And that's where most people get it wrong. They believe that saving is optional when in truth, it is the very foundation you'll lean on during life's unpredictable moments. Let's move on. Pillar 2. The No Debt Pact. A hard line in the sand. Next up, we have the No Debt Pact. This is not just a guideline, it's a solemn promise that you will refuse to take on any new debt. Yes, you heard me right. No more credit cards, no more loans, no more lifestyle creep. Living under consumer debt is like being shackled and sold into modern-day slavery. It's time for some painful instructions. For starters, I want you to cut up your credit cards. Yes, right now. Let the scissors do the dirty work. If you can't bear to lose them completely, freeze them in a block of ice. Make it as inconvenient as possible for you to access those funds. Because let's face it, the more accessible credit is, the more you're tempted to borrow from your future self. Every time you swipe that card, a little piece of your dignity slips away into the abyss of interest rates and repayment periods. Action. Step. After cutting those cards, commit to only using cash or a debit card for your spending. Create a strict monthly budget, derived from your income. It is essential that every dollar has a purpose. Money unallocated leads you back down the perilous path of overspending. Keep a ledger to track your expenses. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just be candid about where your money is flowing. The secret that follows could save your financial future. Every time you say no to a purchase, you're saying yes to your financial dignity. This tough decision serves as a defining moment in your journey. Pillar 3, the lifestyle audit. Strip down to the essentials. The third pillar is about performing what I call a lifestyle audit. Look around you. Seriously. Your living situation, your subscriptions, your possessions, every item must be scrutinized like a thief in the night. Ask yourself, do I really need this? This need for material possessions is hardcore slavery. If you've got items in your closet with tags still attached, it's time to sell them or donate them. Make an effort to declutter your life. The fewer belongings you have, the less you'll feel the urge to accumulate more. Action. Step. Hold a garage sale or list items online. Remember that this is not just about decluttering. Every dime you earn from selling your unnecessary items contributes to your dignity fund. Turn your clutter into cash. Review every subscription service you have, streaming, gym, magazines. If you're not using them regularly, it's time to cut and save. And that's where most people get it wrong. They think that holding on to things will bring them joy. In reality, it's only dragging you down. Freedom lies in simplifying and focusing on what truly matters. Pillar 4. Prioritize investment in yourself. Skills over stuff. Finally, I implore you to change your mindset around investing. This last pillar is a call to arms, an embrace of self-worth and growth. Shift your focus from useless material possessions to investing in your skills, something that will elevate your future self. Education comes in many forms. Whether you enroll in a class, read books, or attend workshops that complement your career, every dollar you spend on your skill development is a dollar that breeds dividends down the road. Action. Step. Identify areas of growth in your profession or passions. Look to take night classes or online courses that elevate your resume. Set aside a portion of your dignity fund exclusively for self-improvement. The best investment you will ever make is in your own growth. The secret that follows is this. Investing in yourself pays off under even the most trying circumstances. The returns are greater than any stock or bond. In contrast to consumer debt, you'll reap rewards that no material good could ever provide. The moment of realization is upon you. The battle plan has been set forth, and now it's your move. Will you have the courage to confront your habits and make the profound changes necessary to reclaim your financial dignity? The stakes are high, my friend, and the time is now. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it begins right here, right now, with action. Embrace these pillars with resolve, and your future self will reflect back with gratitude for the tough decisions you made today. In the journey toward financial dignity, the battle does not end with merely breaking habits. No, my friend. What lies ahead is a grueling but essential mental pivot, one that equips you with armor against the forces of envy and social pressure that persist in our society. Imagine for a moment, standing on the streets of 2026, basking in a warm morning sun, dignity woven tightly into the very fabric of your being. Your heart beats with a sense of relief and purpose. The shackles of shame and debt that once bound you have been shattered, replaced by clarity and peace. You've walked the path, faced the demons, and emerged on the other side, wiser and stronger. But here's the catch. This coveted future will require vigilance, resolve, and an unwavering commitment to the choices you have made. And that's where most people get it wrong. They believe breaking free from financial habits is a one-time act. It's not. It's an ongoing commitment, a constant vigilance against the temptations that threaten to pull you back into the abyss of despair. Let's begin with the reality of social pressures. It's haunting and ever-present. The tendency to compare your journey to those around you, the neighbor who seems to relish a life of leisure, or the friend whose vacations light up your social media feed. As you cultivate new habits of living within your means and prioritizing financial dignity, it's human nature to feel the pinch of envy. And when the winds of comparison blow fiercely, it's easy to falter. How do you combat this? First, you must arm yourself with a solid understanding that their circumstances and choices may not reflect reality. Many are living in a facade, their lives peppered with debt and anxiety masked by the gleaming sheen of material possessions. Before you let envy seep into your heart, ask yourself, what do I truly value? Reflect on that question until it resonates within you. The answer should not be possessions, but rather the freedom to live life on your own terms, in all its simplicity and richness. Feeling happy should not hinge upon your neighbor's views or their superficial status. It requires you to cultivate your garden of peace, one that is impenetrable by the invasive weeds of jealousy. But then the unexpected happens. You realize that as you embrace new habits and reflect on what truly matters, you will attract a different crowd too. Those who resonate with your journey towards simplification and financial clarity will come closer to you. The connection goes deeper than shared vacations. It's about shared values, mutual respect, and understanding, an antidote to the corrosive commodification of life. So how do you fortify your mental walls against envy and unhealthy comparisons? One powerful step is to keep a gratitude journal. Every day, dedicate a few moments to reflect on what you are grateful for, the luxuries of life that have little to do with money. Write down your wins, no matter how small, whether that's successfully resisting an urge to splurge or noticing the simple joys of daily life. As you pen your gratitude, your mindset will begin to shift. You will learn to appreciate the abundance of possibility that exists within simplicity. This mental exercise fortifies your resolve, helping you hold steadfast to your commitment to reclaiming your financial future, despite the siren calls of consumerism that beckon so enticingly from every corner. Let's paint that picture again. 2026. You're rocking the morning sun, spending time with loved ones, fully present and genuinely happy. You see the neighbor's fancy car, and instead of bitterness, you're filled with pride as you recall how far you've come. You've traded envy for joy, pride in your decisions over the numbing cycle of consumerism. You remember days where debt loomed overhead like a dark cloud, yet you chose a sunnier path that led you to be content, without the burden of keeping up with appearances. Picture yourself hearing laughter, a sweet melody mingling with a sense of liberation that fills your spirit. That laughter comes from gathering with friends, a potluck with no need for extravagant dishes, only sincere conversations and shared stories. This, the camaraderie of life lived in authenticity and simplicity, becomes your reality. No loans taken out for extravagant outings. Instead, laughter is sparked from genuine connections, and every moment feels rich and fulfilling. But hang on, it gets better. The peace you feel extends beyond social situations. When those moments of temptation arise, perhaps a new trendy gadget or the latest fashion reared its head, an internal compass nudges you to reconsider. You hear Warren Buffett's voice echoing in your mind. Don't spend what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. Could there be a more profound mantra to carry forward? Each decision you make for yourself becomes a building block, laying the groundwork for future confidence, security, and freedom. Your choices say, I am reclaiming my dignity. But here's the hard truth. Not all the days will be easy. You will have moments where old habits try to rear their ugly heads again. Times when doubt creeps in, whispering that maybe a credit card wouldn't be so bad this time. Days when a friend's lavish vacation stirs a moment of discontent deep within you. Allow those feelings to surface. Acknowledge them, and then cast them aside. Remember, every purchase is a vote, a choice that can empower your financial future or entrap you in an endless cycle of sorrow. What will you choose today? Your answer to that question will pave the road towards sustainable change and irrevocable peace. Picture 2026 again. Your calendar is no longer weighed down by looming debt payments. Instead, it's filled with meaningful appointments, adventures made possible by wise investments in yourself, and celebrations of milestones earned through hard work. You're planning a vacation paid for in full, a reward born from disciplined choices. Ultimately, it all circles back to you. The decisions made today ripple into the future, shaping not just your finances, but your mental and emotionally rich landscape. Each habit you choose to break, each moment you uncover the truth behind social pressures, you carve out a transformative space that enriches the lives of those around you as well. And that's the beauty of it all. Your journey inspires others to fight their demons too. It's time to continue down this path, to wrap the cloak of dignity around you tightly and step forward into a future that promises abundance, peace, and overwhelming joy. You have the tools. Now you must wield them with courage and commitment. 2026 is on the horizon, and it awaits you. A vision of freedom drawn from the powerful choices you embrace today. As we draw this deep dive to a close, it's crucial to reflect upon a somber truth. Your financial journey is not merely a series of habits, but an ongoing battle for your dignity. The stakes have never been higher. You have faced the dark specters of shame, fear, and inadequacy, and yet here you stand, armed with the knowledge and the battle plan needed to make profound changes before the clock strikes 50. You've journeyed through the weight of societal pressure, battered and bruised by comparisons that chip away at your resolve. But today is different. You've chosen a path paved with conscious decisions, and that is no small feat. You have unlocked the potential to not only reclaim your dignity, but to alter the very narrative of your financial future. The sky, which once felt dark and confining, is beginning to show signs of the dawn, if only you remain steadfast in your choices. But here's the truth. The strategies and knowledge in this video are merely the beginning. The ticking clock of life does not pause for anyone. Time waits for no one, and only you have the power to transform your financial destiny. The question looms large. Will you fade into the backdrop of regret, or will you rise with tenacity to face each day with purpose? This is the moment of ultimatum, because the reality is, your financial freedom does not come without sacrifice. It demands a level of courage and commitment that many are too afraid to muster. Yet you have already taken the first steps in recognizing that the heavy load you've been carrying is not bred from lack of ability, but from habits built over years of complacency. Remember this, the choices made in the next few months, these will define your life, not just the next 5 years, but for decades to come. Do not underestimate the impact of your decisions today. They seal your fate or set you free. Each sacred dollar you save is a vote cast for the future you crave. As you walk away from this session, carry that wisdom with you. Let it pulse through your veins, guiding you, grounding you. And as you stand at this crossroads, I urge you to look deeper into the choices that lie ahead. Strip them away from societal expectations and allure. Because let me tell you, the allure of materialism is a cruel mistress, and its promises of fulfillment are empty, fleeting shadows. The satisfaction you seek from possessions is a mirage, a trick of the light. Real fulfillment stems from freedom. Freedom to live life on your own terms, free from the noose of debt and social approval. So as you proceed, think of your dignity fund as not just a safety net. It's a statement. I refuse to be a pawn in a game of consumerism. Each sacrifice you make today is an investment in tomorrow, a tomorrow filled with opportunities, not obligations. As we conclude, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for sharing this time with me. You've had the courage to confront the harsh realities of your financial life, and that resilience is commendable. Thank you for trusting this journey. Recognizing the problem is where transformation begins. Just know that while the road may be laden with challenges and sacrifices, it echoes with the promise of freedom, a promise worth every ounce of effort. Now, let me leave you with a powerful thought to carry forward. Warren Buffett once reminded us, someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. What does that mean for you? It means every action you take now, whether it's forging positive habits, refusing to be entangled in debt, or investing in your personal growth, serves as the seed for your future prosperity and peace. Let that echo in your mind as you step back into the world. You are planting those seeds today. Your time to thrive is coming, but only if you choose to embrace this moment, right now. With one foot in front of the other, begin the journey with unwavering resolve. Prepare to watch your life transform because you've chosen dignity over despair. Together, let's plant trees that will shade our tomorrows, one purposeful action at a time. And remember, your financial dignity is not a destination but a continuous voyage, navigated through conscious decisions, honest reflection, and resolute actions. Fade into that journey and own every step.